Hello everyone, my name is Julia Alarcon and today I'm here with RJ. RJ, how are you?
Doing good, and yourself?
I'm pretty good too, thank you. And well, RJ, we're going to start this interview by you letting us know, where are you from?
I'm from San Jose, California, East Side.
Oh, great. And well, you are pretty young. How old are you?
I'm only 23.
Oh, great. And well, what kind of band do you have?
I have Latin, jazz, fusion, kind of rock. We kind of take it in any direction that, feels right, depending on the energy, the crowd, or just the mood.
Well, what do you mean by Latin rock?
Well, we have a lot of Latin tinged, we got the percussion instruments, we got a kind of Chicano kind of feel to the music and stuff like that. So we take it really salsa and just stuff like that.
Oh, well, what kind of instruments do you play?
I play guitar and I sing. Those are my primary instrument, or vocals and the guitar, primary instruments. I also play drums. I play bass guitar, a little bit of piano.
Oh, great. And well, growing up, who was your biggest singer influence, your musical influence?
God, if I had to narrow it down to one, I guess I'd have to say Carlos Santana. Although Jimi Hendrix was definitely a huge, influence on me.
Oh, great. Well, we know that you've been performing now for quite a while. What do you love about performing?
I love the look on people's faces when they hear me play. I really like that.
What's that look?
It's personal sense of satisfaction. It's like the look that they give me. It's like astonishment. Like they're I don't know. They're dumbfounded. I don't know.
The wow.
It's the wow factor, I guess. You could say. But it's great to feel that though, because I can take the look in their faces and I can feel their energy, and that affects how I play. When I see people come in, it's a new feeling. Or when I watch people get on the dance floor, it's a feeling of okay, there's excitement, there's joy, there's appreciation, everything, and it's also the same way the other way around. If I watch people leave, that also affects me too. It's like a sense of am I not doing it right, or or do I need to step my game up or something?
Right. And well, what can you tell us about your parents? How did they influence you?
Well, my parents both are not musicians, but they are music lovers, and basically the reason why I am the way I am today is because of them. They blast music all day, every day. I mean, and that's how I got into it, just hearing the sounds, being, interested in wanting to recreate those and stuff.
And what can you tell us about your school, your friends? How did they influence you? Did they support you?
Yeah, that's the best part, because all my friends, including even my teachers, always had, moral support to me, hey, you can do it, stick in, they knew I had a talent. I mean, although maybe, my schoolwork wasn't all that great, but they always knew that, hey, you got a talent.
Of course. And did you have any other bands before this one?
Yeah, I had several bands before. I did a couple things. Starting off by myself, I was the Rjae Haas experience. I was during high school, kind of just confusing times. But I started actually kind of getting it down and figuring out what it is I wanted to do. And then after that, I created a band of my own called Iris. That was interesting. And after that, I've pretty much matured to who I am, and now I've created my own band of what I want.
Well, one more question. What are your hopes and dreams for the future?
I want to make a positive impression in everybody with my music.
Well, I'm sure you'll make that positive impression. And well, any advice you want to give those dreamers out there that also want to have a career like yours?
Sure, yeah. I'll give one of my favorite quotes, actually. Hard work without talent is a shame, but talent without hard work is a tragedy.
Well, now you heard that from RJ, and we'll continue here with your mother's interview, Rosemary Castro. Don't miss it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. And we're here with Rosemary Castro, RJ's mother. Rosemary, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm pretty good, too. Thank you. And well, when did you notice RJ was musically inclined?
I started noticing he was musically inclined when he was really little. But I really didn't pay too much attention to it. He was small, and you see little kids doing stuff and you really don't pay much attention to it at that time. He used to do little things like pick up his toys and his rakes and pretend it was a guitar and stuff. And I thought it was because, he did listen to a lot of music at the time, because his dad and I used to listen to a lot of Santana and blues and classic rock and stuff. So he was raised around a lot of music.
Well, let me tell you a little secret here. RJ said that he would have preferred if you had invested in him at an earlier age?
Well, at 3 years old, I don't think he knows what he should be invested in. But you know what? He was probably right. But at that time, he was really young, and you just think that the kids are just playing, and you really don't pay too much attention to it. But as he grew older, when he was about fifth grade, he had asked me. Well, his dad and I were already separated at that time, but his dad had asked me if he could play drums, and I signed a paper and I allowed him to go ahead and play drums at school. And he played drums, and he learned how to read some music, and he started off playing drums. And then when he reached about seventh grade or so, he had wanted a guitar, and I couldn't afford a guitar at that time, so he had asked his dad for a guitar, and his dad bought him a guitar, and I stuck him in some music lessons, and he followed the music lessons for a couple of months, and then after that, you just kind of continue on your own. And he used to sit at home practicing in his room all by himself in the dark, and I used to ask him, why do you have the lights off? Why are you in the dark? And he used to tell me, I don't need the lights, Mom. I can see. I know what I'm doing. I was like, oh, okay. So I would just leave him alone, and then as he reached high school, he had a really influential teacher named Mr. Brennan, who used to allow the kids to go into the classroom and play instruments and entertain the students during lunchtime. And he would do that, and he got really close to some of the kids in there, and he created a band, and they used to call themselves the Rjae Haas Experience. And his first competition was in high school. They did a high school competition up on the stage, and they did really good. And a lot of the parents had came up to me and started saying, they're really good. Maybe we should start a band or start something, So the couple of parents and I started looking around, and we got him into some fairs, and then it seemed like I'm the one that just kind of took over and kept going. And I would get him into fairs and festivals, and as time went on, all through high school, that's what I was doing. So
yeah,
that's how I continued.
And it's great that he had all this experience, because it's paying off. And tell us more about your involvement with the band now.
Well, right now I'm the band manager. I've been the band manager for like the last 7 years. As I was explaining, as time went on, I kept continuing, and I continued to get them in fairs and festivals and stuff, and I just took over. So I became the band manager back then. They had a lot of exposure, because a lot of stuff isn't paid, especially when you're a starting band, and they did a lot of things that events and stuff that it was all exposure. Everything was exposure up until this last probably couple of years. They started getting some paid gigs, but this past year of 2014 has been pretty good.
Congratulations, Rosemary. I want to congratulate you for the great job that you have done with Rjae. He's really growing in this career. And if you had the opportunity to tell Rjae something, what would it be?
I would tell him to follow his dreams and keep going, because he's moving in the direction he's supposed to go.
Of course, he's moving in the right direction, and we wish you guys the best.